Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today we are shining the DBL spotlight on a trending story of a groom whose wedding day took an interesting turn right after the vows. Take a look.
He had just said, "I do." Within minutes, new husband Zach Edwards became a hero, diving into the ocean to save a drowning teen. Zach and his new bride Cindy had just tied the knot in a beautiful beach wedding in Alabama. They were taking wedding photos when they were interrupted by a cry for help. Zach, a member of the Coast Guard and a former lifeguard, ran to the rescue. The hero hubby reached the teen who was drifting further into the ocean and battled the waves back to safety. The groom got back to the beach to his beautiful bride, drenched in his wedding clothes. It was definitely a day to remember.
The heroic hubby, Zach Edwards, joins us now. Zach, okay, walk us through what happened right after you said "I do."
So we went out to the beach to start taking our family photos, and somebody came up and said that that guy out there is having problems getting back to shore. And we looked, and obviously the look on his face, he was having a hard time. And I looked at her, she looked at me, and she said, "Go get him." Started to take off my pants, which thankfully she said, "No, you don't have time," which I really didn't because he was being pulled out pretty fast. So I ran out and jumped in. There was two other people going out on boogie boards to try to get him. I stopped one of them, grabbed their boogie board, told them to get back in because I didn't want it to be multiple victims. I was able to get to the young man. He had a boogie board, but he was struggling. He was saying, "I can't breathe." When I was going to him, he was saying, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe." So I got my boogie board, put it underneath his, and kind of wrapped my arm around him and propped him up so he can breathe and get his head out of the water. My wife was running into the water in a wedding dress. I tried to stop her. I didn't want her to get, messed up or anything because she looked amazing in it.
So Zach, what was the first thought that went through your mind when your wife told you to go in after the drowning teen?
I think the biggest thing is I didn't really think. I wasn't going to let someone drown in front of me, my wife or my kids. I wasn't going to stand back and just watch it happen, so I had to try at least.
Now, considering your background, there were warnings that the waters were rough that day. So what advice do you have for people to stay safe at the beach, especially people that are watching right now? What could you tell them?
Please, 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 wherever you do, pay attention to the flags. Don't underestimate the ocean. It's a powerful force.
Amen. Great advice. Thank you so much, Zach. You truly are a hero. Even though you don't like to admit it, you're a hero. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Unbelievable.
It is.
And before we did the interview, the viewer doesn't know this, but we get to talk to who we're interviewing for a few seconds, and I was like, "You're such a hero," and he was like, "No, I'm not." He would not accept it. He's like, "I was just the right person at the right time."
I was listening to that too before you guys started.
And the fact that he was like, "Don't get wet. You look so amazing," and amidst all this stuff is going on, like.
Yes.
Unbelievable. She just goes, "I found the right man."
Yes. Kudos to you. You are a hero.